What's up, Bulls fans? Today, we're tackling a critical question. Can the Chicago Bulls bounce back defensively after losing their cornerstone, Alex Caruso? With new faces and big challenges ahead, will they rise to the occasion, or are we in for another season of defensive woes? Stick around as we break down what this means for the team and what fans can expect. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. Today, we're diving deep into a hot topic that has everyone buzzing, the Chicago Bulls defense, or rather, the glaring holes in it. Before the first whistle even blew at training camp, the Bulls were already facing a major challenge, their defense. It all started with a trade that raised eyebrows across the league. In June, the Bulls made a bold move, sending fan favorite Alex Caruso to the Oklahoma City Thunder in exchange for Josh Giddey. But was this a gamble that could backfire? Let's break it down. First up, Coach Billy Donovan didn't hold back during media day. He made it crystal clear, this season's roster is going to face some serious defensive hurdles. He stated, "We're going to have some defensive challenges, there's no question." And boy, is that an understatement. When the trade was announced, it became evident that the Bulls would be missing Caruso's elite defensive skills. He wasn't just a role player, he was the heart and soul of their defense. Last season, Caruso led the NBA in deflections, averaging an incredible 3.7 per game, and was a consistent force with 1.0 blocked shots and 1.7 steals per game, ranking him third in the league. Talk about versatility. At 6'5", he could switch onto bigger players effortlessly, making him a nightmare for opposing offenses. And let's not forget Caruso's accolades speak volumes. He earned consecutive all-defensive selections and took home the 2023-24 Hustle Award. Losing him is not just a blow, it's a seismic shift for the Bulls. His presence on the court elevated the entire team's performance, and it's going to be a tough act to follow. Now, let's rewind a bit to assess the Bulls' overall defensive trajectory over the past few seasons. After peaking as a top 5 defensive team in 2022-23, they plummeted to 22 ND last season. That's a staggering fall. Even amidst the chaos, Caruso stood out like a beacon of hope. When he was on the floor, opponents averaged 6.3 points less in offensive rating. He was the glue holding everything together. Donovan lamented there were situations with Alex that you could throw him on a guy and you didn't need to bring any help. That's the kind of confidence they had in him, confidence that might be sorely lacking this season. Now, the Bulls didn't bring Giddey in to fill Caruso's shoes, and let's be real, Giddey isn't known for his defensive prowess. Last season, the Thunder actually performed better defensively when he was off the court. Ouch! Giddey, known for his playmaking and offensive skills, faces some serious defensive growing pains to tackle. But here's where it gets interesting. Giddey's not shying away from the challenge. He admitted, obviously, I'm never going to be an Alex Caruso-type defender. Instead, he's focusing on effort and improvement. He's aware that he needs to step up his game, especially after sitting down with Thunder coach Mark Daigneault to devise a plan for defensive growth. This summer, Giddey took his commitment seriously, working hard during the Olympic tournament until an ankle injury threw a wrench in his plans. He knows he can't be seen as a liability. "That's a guy I don't want to be," he said, highlighting just how critical this is for him. It's clear he recognizes the importance of defense not just as a personal challenge, but as a team necessity. Now, let's dig a bit deeper into the Bulls' overall defensive struggles. The inconsistency raises questions about coaching strategies and player development. Was last season a fluke, or does it reflect deeper issues within the team? How do they plan to rectify these problems moving forward? The loss of Caruso means the Bulls will need to look to their other players to step up defensively. Key players like Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, who are primarily known for their scoring abilities, must embrace a more well-rounded game. If they can't contribute on both ends of the floor, it could spell disaster for the Bulls' chances this season. But it's not just about individual performances. The team as a whole must adopt a defensive mentality. This season will require everyone to buy into a collective effort. They need to build chemistry and communication on defense, two key factors that can elevate a good team to greatness. As Donovan mentioned, while they may not have Caruso to lock down the opposing star, they can still work together to create a formidable defensive unit. So, what are the keys to unlocking this potential? First and foremost, they need to focus on fundamentals, improving rotations, maintaining proper defensive spacing, and enhancing on-ball pressure. These aspects are crucial in creating a cohesive defensive system. Moreover, the Bulls will also need to utilize their bench effectively. Depth can be a game-changer in the long NBA season, allowing starters to rest while ensuring that the defensive intensity doesn't drop. Developing younger talent and encouraging them to embrace defensive roles could be the silver lining in this challenging situation. As we look ahead, the question remains, can the Bulls find a way to tighten up their defense, or are we in for another roller coaster season? What about the younger players? They could be pivotal in this defensive renaissance. Chicago's draft picks and recent acquisitions will need to step up, proving their mettle on the court. The front office's decision-making will also be under scrutiny. They must identify players who can bolster their defensive strategy. Let's not forget about the coaching staff's role in all of this. Billy Donovan has a track record of adapting strategies based on personnel. He must create schemes that maximize the defensive strengths of the current roster while masking its weaknesses. It will be a test of his coaching acumen to mold a defense that can compete at a higher level. And what about the fans? Bulls Nation is known for its passionate support. They can play a role in energizing the team during home games. The atmosphere in the United Center can give the players a psychological boost, pushing them to perform better on both ends of the floor. So, what's your take, Bulls fans? Are you optimistic about this season, or do you have serious concerns about the team's defensive capabilities? Can Giddey adapt to the role that's needed for the Bulls to succeed? How can the players collectively rise to the occasion? Let's hear your thoughts. Drop your comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest Bulls news and insights. Until next time, stay hyped and keep the Bulls spirit alive.